you should know that I've got you on my mind, your secret admirer. I've been watching you at night. I think of you. I want to be your lady, baby. The game is on, we need call boo.
What is up, guys? Thank you for joining another episode of VentureTube. It's been a while since I've been out in the kayak. Today, gonna see what I can do here at Lake Woodlands. Got my buddy Ruben with me today. It's a little chilly, high of I think 57 today is what they're claiming. Right now it's about 41 degrees. We got calm waters, winds of about 5 miles per hour today, so it should be nice and calm. Hopefully the recreational people aren't everywhere out here today. It is Saturday, so we'll see. But as of right now, we are the only fishermen. Got a lot of rods, trying to make sure everything is working right electronic wise and fishing gear wise for the tournament coming up on Fayette for the first Cats events of 2018. I built a little mount on my life jacket last night, so hopefully I can get y'all some chest shots too. We'll see how that works out. So kind of experimenting with a couple different things, but anyway, enough talk. There's Ruben the dude. Let's get on the water. All right, so this is a tip for you guys that own boondocks. Ruben just put his kayak in bow first, and he let go of it. And
hey man, come play.
It got away from him. And as you can see, there's his kayak, and there's Ruben. So it's best to just put it in stern first and direct it.
Good playing, man.
So
Back to play.
I could just go fishing right now.
You done playing, man?
Leave Ruben here. Man, you're only like 6 feet. You got that. It's a Hobie. It's stable. Go ahead.
Push my kayak like that.
So yeah, you guys with boondocks, put it in stern first, and that way you ain't got to get your feet wet. Ruben was getting in the water, and he ain't got to do that. So this chest mount that I made on my PFD works out pretty good. If you guys are interested in knowing how I made it, leave me a comment below and maybe I'll do a video on it. So I headed over to this bridge where I've had a lot of good luck in the past. There's brush piles at the base of these pilings, and many times I've caught fish on a drop shot, just working it really slow. First stop was unsuccessful, throwing a little drop shot underneath this bridge. So I'm gonna head to the north side of the lake where there's a deeper hole. Ruben and I both think that the fish should be deeper since it is cold, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna continue throwing this drop shot, something small, finesse, and something I can work really slow and see what happens. But my camera here is not working. It's like the battery never charged. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, no chest footage today, but hopefully I can get most of everything with this one camera. Got to move quick. We don't have much time today. We got to leave at about 1:30. So the spot straight ahead of me in the mouth of that cut is a deep spot, probably one of the deepest spots on Lake Woodlands, and I've caught fish many times there. It's a hard bottom. It has big pieces of concrete that kind of lean into each other, creating this sharp V right at the bottom. And again, I've caught many fish here, throwing Texas rigs, drop shots, crankbaits, jerkbaits, pretty much you name it. It's a great spot. You'll always usually see some type of fisherman there, kayak fisherman, somebody in a boat, but there was nobody there, so that kind of told us something, that maybe the fishing was just extremely tough and maybe nobody's been doing good for a while there. But I continued fishing that area, I even fish the banks in that area. Sometimes they'll set up on the sides of that deep water, but couldn't figure them out there, so decided to put up the drop shot and keep on moving. Well, that spot didn't work, so didn't see anything on the graph, didn't get a nibble, just seemed kind of slow. I'm gonna head back toward Ruben, see if he's caught anything. So far, not a bite. So I saw Ruben. Of course, he hadn't caught anything either. He hadn't got a nibble. So we continued to move south onto this other bridge that's relatively new. But I have caught fish here before, but it's been a while. And I figured the bass fishing would be pretty slow, so I did bring a crappie rod with me with a small tube jig and decided to just see if I could catch crappie, some panfish, better than nothing. It was just the bite. I'm pretty sure I had the right bait. I was being quiet. It's so nice to be able to just drift up to these bridges and stop myself like you see there, and real stealthy in the kayak. But wasn't able to get bit there either, so I continued fishing this cove. This is a great spot. I've hooked one of the biggest fish on this lake in this spot, and probably I could say it was probably one of the biggest fish I've ever hooked, period. And it was in this exact spot, so I can't come to Lake Woodlands and not fish this spot. I tried throwing jigs, I tried throwing Texas rigs back here, but I just couldn't get bit. Not looking good, guys. It's about 9:15. Neither Ruben or me have got a single bite. I've even tried using a crappie jig around the bridge pilings just to try to catch something, and haven't had any luck. So I don't know. We're gonna make our way south toward the dam. There's deeper water over there. Hopefully we can mark some fish. But Lake Woodlands is a relatively shallow lake, so it's very hard to mark fish. I've never came out to this lake and nailed them deep anyway. I've came out and I've caught them really good shallow. I'm hoping this day is not a complete failure. I'll cut the camera back on when we get to the south end of the lake towards the dam. So we made our way down south toward South Shore Park to the dam. I'll say it again, I've caught fish down here too. I had my electronics with me this time, which is something I normally don't bring with me on Lake Woodlands because I'm normally fishing shallow, but I did bring it this time, and I found some really cool stuff like some big rocks and boulders in this area, and I decided to throw a jig. I was throwing Texas rigs. Here I'm throwing a 1/2 ounce swim bait and trying to hit those rocks with it, and at times I'm even working it like I would a Texas rig. I'm chunking it and I'm letting it sink to the bottom, and I'm pulling it up and letting it fall to see if I could get bit on the fall. I was trying to fish as slow as possible to just have a slow presentation for these fish since the bite was so tough. Ruben just got one on the jig.
We're out here, Tony.
We out here. That's a pretty fish, man. Maybe they're all down here. Hopefully. Now y'all can see what a fish looks like from Lake Woodlands.
15.75.
He's fat though.
Yeah, he's chubby. He fought hard, dude. I feel like these colder fish fight harder. For some reason, I thought I would think the opposite, but this little guy was running hard.
Nice. Good job, man.
Thanks. This is probably one of the better fish I've caught here in Lake Woodlands. He's got one of the tentacles in there.
Hey, you need that back, man.
Yeah.
Tie that back on your jig.
I'll glue it back on there later. Let's put him back.
Did you want to take him home to eat?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Oop.
Good job, man.
Appreciate it, Midday. Let's get another one.
Let's get another one, man. Well, I can't lie, seeing Ruben catch that fish got me pumped, and I think it got him pumped too. We thought we had found the spot where the fish were. because Ruben had got bit twice before he caught that fish, so I was sure we were going to catch another one. Unfortunately, we didn't. So we headed away from the dam going back north and started going into the cuts off of the main lake. 5 inches.
Gee.
What I didn't get on film was me hooking a pretty nice fish on a swim bait right beside a boat on a boat dock. Ruben never saw it, and he kept giving me a hard time because I kept telling him it was pretty big.
Was it bigger than for real?
Oh yeah, easily.
No joking.
No joke. Like, dude, it was at least 3 times as big as yours. No, it was about the same. I don't know. It looked pale. It was weird.
Oh really? He hadn't been eating. He's probably smaller then.
No, he was like he was so old and huge that he started losing his color. He don't get out much anymore. All right, guys, it's about 10:15. Been throwing the swim bait. I missed one right at the kayak. That's been about it. Ruben hasn't got any more bites, or maybe one bite, but still only that one fish to show for today. But at least since I got bit on the swim bait, and that's the first bite of the day, I am going to continue throwing it. I got bit right around these boats, right on the outside of them, so I'm going to kind of stick to that pattern and see what happens. So like I said, I continued to use the swim bait, and I did get bit on it. I know at least once because it almost took my swim bait off of the hook, and another time was kind of iffy. I could have been hung on the bottom. It just felt kind of weird, but I did get another bite, and that was around another boat. So I decided to go to another bridge and try my luck there because, again, I put bridges in cold weather together, but this bridge is pretty shallow, and I didn't get bit. But hey, it was nice just enjoying the warm Texas weather, or warmer than it has been, and looking at these huge houses and thinking to myself how many fish I would have to catch to buy a house like that. And you know what they say, the rich just keep on getting richer. To honor that phrase, I figured I'd skip my lure up underneath his dock and donate my lure to him. Why not? He looks like he could use it. No fish there. Me and Ruben decided to go out to the main lake and just kind of have fun and start cranking. I got it on a square bill, which is not what you want to throw in cold water, but I was like, hey, I'll try anything at this point. So much so that I'll just cast and set the hook on my lure just to try to trick Ruben.
It's nice, man.
Yeah.
You got one?
Earlier, Ruben had found some tennis balls on the lake, and I had stole them out of his kayak without him knowing and started hook-shotting them over there into his kayak crate, or at least attempting to. I gotta tell you, that was the most fun we probably had on the water all day, was chunking that tennis ball back and forth. Kind of gave me an idea for a sport, kayak basketball. Kill it, Kobe.
Oh, that's a 3.
They gonna fish ain't bite. Game. 12 o'clock update. 0 fish for me, 1 fish for Ruben. We found some tennis balls on the water earlier, and we've literally been throwing them back and forth on the water. We haven't even been fishing, so I don't know. We got to leave here in about an hour and a half. Doesn't look like anything's going to turn on. We came over here, right over here, to fish this bank with these rocks, but I started doing some slow motion shots, and we both backlashed trying to skip our lures. I'm going to go over here and fish, but I'm not going to record, I don't think. It's just no action. I'm on my last battery on the GoPro. Yeah, that's about it. That's your 12 o'clock update. Slow fishing. Beautiful day though. Having a good time. So before we headed home, we decided to go back to the spot that Ruben had caught first and only bass of the day, which was back at the south end of the lake at South Shore Park. We fished it for about 15 minutes. just like this dragon right in front of me, we got crapped on. Guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you would like to catch bass like me and Ruben in this video, make sure to subscribe for all these fishing tips and adventures. Until next time, guys, I'm on.